The In Conversation podcast series with author Nigel Beckles.
Welcome to the podcast.
Please like the podcast and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.
Have you experienced several failed relationships or been through a divorce? How can you avoid making the same mistakes again? How to avoid making the big relationship mistakes is out now.
Hi, my name is Nigel Beckles. My new book is packed with practical and common sense strategies that you can use to make better relationship choices.
Now you can discover the dangerous myths about love. If your relationship expectations are realistic, why you could be falling in love for all the wrong reasons.
How to avoid making the big relationship mistakes. It's a book that could change your life.
Available from amazon.co.uk. Kindle version also available.
The very best way to promote your podcasts. Podpage makes it easy to create a podcast website with just a few clicks. Every page is optimized to be found on Google and it stays up to date forever. For more information, visit podpage.com. The future of podcast promotion.
Get ready for takeoff.
Welcome back to my In Conversation podcast series. My guest for this episode is an international recording artist, actress and best-selling author, American Butta B. Rocka. Greetings, Butta B. Rocka. Welcome to my podcast series. How are you?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Been a busy week, but I'd rather be busy than bored, that's for sure. Where do you live?
I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, what's it like there?
It's cold today. They usually call it hot Atlanta, but I don't know. Something's going on with the weather. There was a storm in Alabama, so we're getting some of that wind and rain.
So where did you grow up and what was it like?
I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, but I was raised in Tampa, Florida. And Tampa was beautiful. It was different. They had lizards and things that I wasn't used to seeing around, but it was really nice.
I understand that you attended Ashford University. What subjects did you study there?
I have a double major in marketing and public relations, and I graduated magna cum laude as the first Black president for the Golden Key High Honor International Society.
Well, that sounds very impressive. So when did you become interested in becoming a singer?
At the age of 13 is when I started taking singing seriously, and I was living in Tampa, Florida.
And when was your first public performance?
My first public performance was at the age 13. I did a talent show and got beat. I got beat and had to go home and study my craft, lick my wounds, and get ready for the next showdown. So me and my singing group, I was singing with my cousins and some friends. We got beat a couple of times, and then probably about that fifth or sixth time, we started, perfecting our craft. I mean, we was 13, and it was our first time really getting out there like that. So we started perfecting our craft and we got better. And then all of a sudden we started winning all of the concerts and talent shows and different things. But my first professional paid concert, I performed in Miami, Florida with Queen Latifah on the beach. And it was absolutely beautiful.
Well, you certainly moved on after your initial defeat at the talent show. In fact, you moved on to perform at a USA Presidential Inauguration. So which president was that and when did that happen?
Oh, man, that was a couple of years ago. Well, several years ago. It was for number 44, President Obama. And it was a wonderful situation. I had never got called to perform at an inauguration. What I did not know was inaugurations, when you have the presidential inaugurations, there are several balls that the president attends. And so I was performing at one of the balls that he attended. And, he gets up on stage and says, hello, and, does his speech, a short speech and everything. But I performed at one of his inaugurations, and it was really cool because it was my first time ever performing for a president. I had performed for prime ministers and ambassadors and prince before, but I had never sung for a president.
Well, earlier you mentioned performing with Queen Latifah. Which other well-known artists have you performed with?
I've worked with Akon, I've worked with TLC, I've worked with Zach Brown, I've worked with Collective Soul, I've worked with Kanye West. Oh my God, it's so many people I've worked with The Dream, a few people.
Oh, that's certainly a very impressive list. I understand you released an album. What was your
Yes.
album called? And how's it going?
It's going really good. My first album was released in 2010 and it's called Switch Lanes. And since then, I have released several singles. My last single is entitled Promised Land.
And is it getting a lot of downloads, a lot of plays?
It is. It's getting a lot of downloads. I was right before COVID. I was set to tour over in Africa. There was 4 different kingdoms that was merging together, or that was kind of like having like a peace treaty or something. And I was the entertainment. So I created a song that was talking about unity and that we all were royalty and different things like that. So the video came out. I was set to go to get ready for the tour, and I was going to be over in Ghana and Nigeria and a couple of other places, and then COVID hit and it was shut down.
I understand you hold several memberships for various organizations. Which organizations are you involved with?
I'm on the board of directors of the NABFEM, which is the National Association of Black Females in Entertainment. I am a part of NARP, NARIP. I'm a member of the Grammys. I am a member of the Golden Key High Honor International Society. It's something else, but I can't think of it on top of my head.
Well, you're certainly very busy. What other interests do you have?
Well, I'm also, on top of me being an international recording artist, I'm also an Amazon bestseller. I'm the editor-in-chief of a magazine. And I host my own podcast that's now picked up on 2 radio stations over in the UK and also over in Italy. So I've been pretty busy.
You mentioned you have a book on Amazon. When was that published and what is it about?
It's called Fear of Failure, Fear of Not Trying. And it was released last April. So April of 2019. And I became an Amazon bestseller in 7 hours of my pre-release. And it's about overcoming your fears and taking that step. Although I had a fear of trying, although I had a fear of failure, I had more fear of not trying and being that, living out my life saying, man, I woulda, coulda, shoulda, and wishing that I at least went for it. So my whole saying is, if you're going to fail, at least fail forward. So you just have to at least just try. And it doesn't matter, your age, your height, your race, any of that type of stuff. If it's something that you want to do, at least go for it.
So, Butta, how can people contact you?
They can find me everywhere on all social media at Butta B Rocka. That is Butta, B as in boy, Rocka. I'm on YouTube. I have a Pandora station under Butta B Rocka. I'm on Spotify. I have my own iHeart radio station, so they can find me.
Well, Butta B Rocka in the USA, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. Another In Conversation podcast coming soon.